everyone, it is me, Carbundance. Welcome to my 365 days from eating disorder to quasi recovery to real recovery. This is something that I actually ate in yesterday's video as well, like 1 week ago, just on the day when we had the live stream. I just forgot to actually include that in yesterday's video, so I just wanted to mention that. I don't feel like my videos have to be complete in what I ate, and I don't really know how much of a help it is to you guys to have, like, if I should include everything or just some things of what I eat now. What you see now on the screen is actually what I ate 1 year ago. And I understand a lot that what I eat now helps you guys, because it helped me a lot to see that. But then again, I also, I have people on my channel who just plain can't believe that I'm actually eating what I'm eating. And if I don't, when they see what I eat, when I show what I eat, but when I don't show, if I don't show what I eat, then I have people who are actually saying, they're they tend to believe that, so that means I don't eat anything or barely eat anything. So it's like a little bit like, no matter how I do it, if I show everything I eat or if I don't show everything I eat, it makes people suspect. And I know why that is. It's because I do handle a lot of eating disorders on this channel as well. I understand that many of the comments that I get, that it's also always part of the eating disorder, talking out of them. Anyways, I will actually show you what I ate in a whole day in a minute. 1 week ago, it was a very unhealthy day, which I don't consider it to be unhealthy, but a lot of people would consider it unhealthy, and I would have considered it unhealthy 1 year ago. And in my whole eating disorder and diet culture would, basically all of the purists and everything has to be whole food and natural would consider it unhealthy, but and it was a very chocolatey day, and I was very, very hungry on that day, and I felt that in the morning that I would, that I was ravenously hungry. And if it's because of my cycle, my period or ovulation or whatever, I don't mind. These days happen, and there are also days when I eat more, more natural foods or less processed foods, whatever. It's just, just as a disclaimer. On the screen, you can see a song, a song sheet that I wrote, a chord sheet for a wedding worship that I was asked by a friend if I would do that together with my friends and worship team. That's something that really fell too short when I was in the eating disorder, like writing on my own songs. Okay, so now we're getting to what I ate a week ago. This day when I just, it's just one of these days where I'm much more hungry than the other days. And even though I'm not in extreme hunger anymore, I honor every type of day where I am more hungry than other days. So you saw me here saying no to the small bowl. That's what you have to do as well. You take a big bowl, and then you fill it up with cereal of your choice. Basically, you choose the cereal that you are most afraid of, your eating disorder is most afraid of. And so I put in there plain oats, and then that granola with, it's with oil and butter or milk powder or whatever. Okay, and it's like the unhealthy muesli, because it's fried, right? It's granola. And then I also had these cinnamon crisps, and then this macadamia white chocolate milkshake. It's a full fat milk, which I added on top, and then some of this yogurt, which was much more runny than I thought it to be. Maybe it's because it's beyond its expiry date, but it tastes still well, like nothing bad about it. Just the consistency, I think, was a little bit awkward. Yes, and then, I just had to learn to use full fat products in any type of situation. This process, I just want to show you with this how you can go about creating a cereal bowl for you. Basically, you just take the cereal and you pour it in and you fill the bowl up, and I had to practice to actually just act as if I did not overthink. And by the way, I do not leave half of the banana because of, calories or stuff. I don't even remember if I ate it after, but it has nothing to do with that. It looked like the flavors, it would be too banana-y, because I also have all of these other cinnamon and blueberry and, the sugar from the granola type of flavors, and I thought it would be too banana-y if I put the whole banana in there. And so, don't let your eating disorder interpret that as, oh, you cannot eat the whole banana. I always eat the whole banana if I just want banana. And also, just for you to know, it's just something that really felt so hard for me to just make a freaking muesli bowl or cereal bowl or granola bowl with milk and or yogurt or any type of dairy products, or even like vegan dairy alternative products. It's just even just not weighing stuff and not measuring stuff, I felt so powerless to overcome that. And in the end, and I'm sorry if it sounds too oversimplified for you, and it also did for me, but in the end, it just came down to me just doing it. You can do it. It's just the eating disorder telling you that you can't, and you just have to act like you can. I know it's so it sounds really silly, but that's how it is. And I know that you are probably very, you get very enraged, like, no, you can't say that. Well, yes, I can, and I say that to you because that's what I had to hear as well in order to get rid of it. And so I had this slice of pizza. It's with bacon and Parmesan cheese on top. We had that on our Connect group, pretty much a week before, and it was still left over. Don't worry, it was stored in the fridge, so everything fine about it. And that was actually the pizza that I liked the most, that I fancied the most also on that day. And I just love that I don't have to prepare anything. I can just live off of leftovers. That was actually, I think, the only savory part I ate on that day. It was a very chocolatey day, as you would see. Well, and also these cheese, onion, chili and cheese style chips. These were the most feared sort of chips or crisps, whatever you say in your country. These were the ones that I was naturally most drawn to when I started my all-in recovery. Like everything cheesy, everything, all the things that my eating disorder deemed the worst in the whole world, and that is what I went for. I had some spoons of this kind of kefta grain based fried oily stuff because it's yummy, and it was there and I fancied it. Then later I fancied these different yogurts. It's like the chocolate cheesecake style, then Swiss chocolate style, and this is kind of on the right, it's kind of a quark, like very fluffy, very foamy. And then also apples. And all of these really, it sounds so random and it looks so random, and it actually is basically. But who makes the rules? Like, you can just eat whatever the freak you want. You can just, if you fancy the apple and you think it goes together with the yogurt really well, or like for me it was the other way around. I fancied the yogurts, but I also fancied the apple, and was like, well, if I combine the two, they are actually sounding like kind of an apple pie, and it's just sounded good to me, so you go with that. At least that's what I do. This was a cheese croissant snail. I also still had that from Sunday church. I took that with me, and I just love to be able to eat baked goods whenever I feel like it. Also, just as well, like this yeast cake, that coffee cake, and I just put that butter cheese on there, and the Kerrygold cheese is one of the best, I personally think. You taste the difference. And also, that sounds also very random, like who would eat like yeast cake and cheese on top? And you know, through my All In Recovery, I learned to just get rid of all types of judgment, all types of rules around food. And yes, it did actually sound really great to me to have this kind of sweet-ish bread cake, or cake bread, you know, brioche, and then this cheesy thing on top. It's so, you know, I just don't question what I crave. I just go and flow and roll with it. And I only got to learn to do that by going into real recovery. Later I fancied this candy bar. It's a lion chocolate thing. This was actually one of my favorite bars when I was a child or teenager or whatever, like before I developed anorexia when I was 13, like 12ish, 13. So basically when I was a child, I fancied this kind of snack bar a lot, candy bar. And I just enjoy being able to enjoy foods that I enjoyed as a child. It's just so precious to me now. And then after that, I still felt like some traditional chocolate. And I like just the plain milk chocolate from Milka, but I will take anyone. But I like the milk chocolate most of all chocolates. Like, I don't even care about the brand really, but it's like, to me, the most delicious chocolate, and I don't have to have all of these cookies and all of these fancy styles. But I also eat them, I also have them, but most of the time I just like the milk chocolate, the very basic milk chocolate. And that's also the chocolate that my anorexia was scared of the most. I actually emptied that package, and that's fine. You know, it's just what happens. And yeah. Okay, these guys were actually dancing next to our house on that kind of springy evening, and I just love that. I think it's just something that represents for me also, you know, recovery. It's something that I also like to do, and you know, why not just do things? Why not just go out and just randomly dance somewhere with some friends? It's like, I just love that these people, also kind of older people, are doing that, and it's just so great, because I only see myself doing that when I'm older, or now, you know, only because I am in real recovery. I'm not so rigid, and I can just live life and enjoy. Also, I enjoyed these cheesy corn chips, like tortilla chips. And, you know, I know that there will be people saying, oh, but that's so unhealthy. All you eat on that day is so unhealthy. Like, stop it. Everything I did before was so unhealthy. Restricting all of these things was so unhealthy for me. And, you know, I also eat, there are different days, but it's not because I compensate. It's because I just go with the cravings and the flow. I actually had some cinnamon buns and some chocolate buns there, like the Gifler things. They're so yummy. And also, after that, I craved some of the Snickers peanut butter, like creamy peanut butter style Snickers bars. And yes, you know, it was a chocolate and candy bar day, and plus some other stuff. And it's not to show you like, ooh, how much do I eat? It's like, basically, I was thinking, oh, should I cut something out? Should I pretend I did not eat that much chocolate? Like, there will be people thinking this is not healthy. And like, no, like, stop it. I don't know what else to say. If you consider where I'm coming from, this is such a healthy day for me to eat. You have no idea, literally. And if you are watching my videos, this is exactly what you have to do in order to become healthy again. I know your brain cannot deal with that fact, but it is, okay? You have to think about health holistically, and going and trusting in your body and going with your cravings is basically the only thing that got me to an holistically healthy place with my body and mind and soul. I was not healthy when I ate healthy. Let's put it that way. Okay? Like, that was how it was for me. And this is just me sharing one random day where I took you with me through everything I ate on that day. Don't know if I'm going to continue to do that in that detail. Do continue in the comments to tell me if this is helpful or rather really not helpful. You know, just give me your feedback. I would love that. And don't forget the thumbs up, please. I invest a lot of my time into these videos for you guys. And don't forget to share the video, and I see you tomorrow. Bye.